Okay, we popping. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasal. Kol Haloyullah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Bakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. That by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the Akim and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. Zachanan Nawaf just coming at you with another quick lesson, another camp lesson. I got the brother Harad with me.
Brother Harad.
Yup. Hey, we back at it again, man, and we do the same thing. The message is simple. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Our Lord, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which is his name, is Yahweh Shai, which means that he exists or he is to be. He's close to making that coming back to this planet to visit it. And he's going to destroy our enemies. So you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, your true nationality is your Hebrew Israelites. We got to always bring that out. That's one of the most important parts of this truth, man. Is knowing who you are, that you're not who your enemies have been calling you for 500 years or so. You're not black. You're not a damn color out of a crayon box. You're not two continents named after a so-called white man, Africa and America. You're not Jamaicans, you're not Haitians, you're not Latinos, Dominicans, Hondurans, Peruvian, all these different names that the so-called white man gave you when he conquered you. He wanted to hide who you really are. You're Hebrew Israelite, the children of Israel. And the Lord created you to be a special people unto himself above all these other nations, right? I come through every weekend. Hey, but the Lord, He created us and separated us. That's what the word holy means, to be separate. Consecrated, man. He created us to be separate from these heathen nations, man. Our people have no business doing anything that these heathen nations are doing, but what do our people do? They pick up on these traits of these heathen nations, start to eat their foods, the abominable foods that they eat, which me and the brother, the Ak, is going to go into. We was going to, by the Spirit, go into some of the Levitical diet, Levitical law. See, our people, get off into their sexual desires, their way of, their political way of doing things, their, just wickedness, man, just abominable stuff. The Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments that are righteous, that are holy, that are above all these nations' politics, above all these nations' religions. He gave us the right way of living, man. The truth. And because we haven't been keeping that way of life, our customs, here we go, man. We're in I was just driving. Matter of fact, you see how it look, Jake. You know how it look, bro. But I was just driving back here. I'm like, God damn, how did it happen? Matter of fact, they may not be able to see it, so I ain't gonna turn it around like that. But man, this whole backdrop right here that we're looking at, even when you're looking at going towards that way, it's all demolished, man. Trash, man. Look like a goddamn third world country war zone. And we're in these conditions because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. That's part of Deuteronomy chapter 28. He says, hey, if you listen to me, you're going to be above all nations. If you don't, you're going to be at the bottom. Now, here you go. I can go, what do you say about West Bloomfield area? Is probably about a good 7 miles away from here, so 8 miles, 10 miles at best, right? I can go 10 miles up the way right here, and it look like I'm in paradise. But right here, it looks like complete goddamn hell. Straight up, man. The so-called white man, they living it up because it's their kingdom. They're living it up, man. This is their kingdom, man. And you got these guys like Vocab Malone and them. I've been seeing a lot of those, but I don't know if you've been watching any Apostle Tahar been going in on them, Apostle Ramlad. I even been seeing Sakari, they've been kind of debating. But these damn Christians really believe that.
Sakari, the other brother, started to get along now.
Who that?
Sakari, one guy from Sakari, you're going to get a lot of brothers from GMS.
Oh, yeah, I mean, no, they speak and stuff. They'll chop it up and kick it. If their brothers was coming up the block, you know what I'm saying, they'll speak to GMS and GMS will speak to them. You know what I'm saying? But, we kind of got some differences, but we still brothers, though. That's the whole thing. Hey, man, we're brothers. That's one thing that Apostle Tahar was bringing out and even Apostle Ramlan. Because Apostle Ramlan, he'll tell you straight up, Sakari is not his favorite people, his favorite camp. But if he see them debating some damn Christians, he's riding with Sakari. He's not riding with no Christians, man. He's not going to go against them because, of some differences. We are brothers, man. We going to go with our people. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, like we just going, like I said, we're going to go off into some of the Levitical law. I said, you want to go into, let's go to Leviticus chapter 11. Let's start there. And how we kind of got on this subject, me and brother was, the brother was just kicking it. And I was kicking it with my dad. My uncles and them, man, they from the South down in Alabama, man. Hey, look, they not giving up that swine, man. They gonna make every excuse in the world as to why you can eat swine, why you can eat crab, shrimp, crab, lobster. They gotta have their catfish. You see? And I was kicking it with a brother the other day, which I was gonna drop him some materials off. I was at the gas station, gassing up or whatever. And it was a guy out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how old he was. I think he might have been, around his 30s or whatever. And, he was like, everybody that was coming in and out of the store, he was like, can I pump your gas for you? Can I pump your gas? Jake trying to hustle up a little bit of money. He was like he was hungry, trying to get something to eat. So, I was like, well, I don't need you to pump my gas. I gave him some money or whatever. And long story short, he kind of stood at the pump with me while I was pumping. And we got to talking. And I guess he seen the beard. And it's kind of crazy. I don't know why people see the beard and they immediately think that you're a damn Muslim. They immediately associate you with a Muslim every time they see the beard. I've had that happen a few times within this month. Are you a Muslim? No. I said, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. He was like, oh, I be seeing them. You with them downtown? Now, he's at a group home, right? I could tell he wasn't all the way there. He said he was at a group home and, they wasn't feeding him enough. But the thing of it is when he said they wasn't feeding him enough, he went to rubbing his belly. He was like, I likes to eat. I likes chillings. I like hog maws. I was like, oh, Jay. But the money that I gave him, he was trying to go across the street to the Checkers and get him a burger and some fries and a little, drink or whatever. I was like, well, man, hey, get you something healthy. But, he kicked it with me. He wanted some prayer. He's like, man, could you pray for me? He's like, I just want to pray for my health and my family, to get back with my family. Because like I said, he's in a group home and stuff. And, I was like, yeah, sure, man. I could throw up a quick prayer for you and stuff. He's like, can you bring me some materials? And actually, I went through there yesterday. I didn't see him, though. I was going to give him this book, you know what I'm saying, ask him if he got a Bible. But, we both got plenty of Bibles. There ain't nothing to throw Jake a Bible, man. You got a Bible, that's something that you can really read. That's what the text you really should want. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see him yesterday. But it was just like how he went to rubbing his stomach. Like, man, I likes to eat. They don't feed me enough in the group home. I like chillings. I like hog maws, pig ears. I'm like, Jay. But I told him, though, I was like, well, man, you can't eat that, bro. Because you want me to pray for your health, but you got to help yourself with your health. And that shit right there ain't going to help you. Then he was talking about how, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about the 2-for-4s. I was like, well, yeah, go ahead, man. Just try, get, I know it ain't the healthiest shit anyway, but at least try and get a burger, don't get nothing with no damn bacon on it or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? And then, hey, what's going on now? What's going on? So what he said, yeah, that 2-for-4, I still have enough to get me 2 cigarettes. I'm like, I said, bro. So I had to cut into him on the cigarettes too. I'm like, but bro, you just told me to pray for you to get for your health, man. So, he was just like, oh, you right. So who knows if he listened or not. I didn't see him the following day because I was supposed to take him, I was going to give him this book that I got, that Negroes to Hebrews, Hebrews to Negroes book. But I can't think of the guy, but I think he's from here. Big ass book though, you know what I'm saying? It was a guy that from my job gave it to me or whatever. And good information in it. Yeah, because he had the movie. Negroes to Hebrews, Hebrews to Negroes, and they kind of had a downtown. They was down there like off the aisle or whatever. They was having like a white party and they was having like this Hebrew Israelite award shows and shit. The best this, they was I don't know if you seen that, bro, but they was kind of giving accolades that shit. We ain't into nothing like that, man. We just coming out to do the truth. We ain't having no award shows, man. The best prophet of the year. such and such, come on up, and they got little trophies and shit. I'm like, ah. But anyway, we Leviticus. Let me see here. I think we start from the top. Yours got a title on it. You got a title at the top of it.
Not really.
Oh, okay. Let me I'm gonna go into the blue letter on it then. Matter of fact, Salakia. Okay, so Salakia, just wanted to put a do not disturb on. You said you got a title?
Leviticus 11:1.
Oh, I'm not even there. My bad. Then I'm not hooked into the internet on this particular one too. So, but it don't matter. We can get into it. Leviticus 11 and it should go into the dietary law.
Yeah, it do.
Okay, cool. And also, yeah, that account is Deuteronomy 14. We get Deuteronomy chapter 13 pretty much got the same thing too, from verses 3 down to 21. But we can start from the top.
All right, Leviticus 11 verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel.
Okay, speak unto who?
Children of Israel.
See, these things were given to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But what these Christians with white Jesus, that idolatrous white Jesus crap, they want to make it seem as if we're all one group of people. And that's not true. The Lord is only dealing with the Israelites. He only chose the Israelites. Go ahead, Ak.
Saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
So the Lord is giving us the beasts, the meats that we can eat, right? And he's going to name it off. He's giving us clear. I mean, you can actually Google these things, man, as to what does the scripture say. Just, okay, go into Leviticus 11 and say, well, what are the scriptures is talking about that you can eat that's lawful and what's unlawful, and see what he's talking about, man. And that same law abides to this very day. That's the reason why a lot of our people, they like, oh, that was Old Testament, but they asses is out here with them big ass ankles. You motherfuckers got the goddamn back of their arms look like a football. You know, look like they got 2 basketballs in the back of their arms. Just out here enormous as hell, can barely. You know, you got these younger people out here, man, having heart attacks. You know, they on oxygen machines. You see them in the supermarket, they so damn big. They need a scooter to scoot themselves along. You see? All those things come from an unlawful diet. Go ahead, Ak.
Verse 3. Whosoever parteth the hoof and is
cloven-footed, yep, cloven-footed,
and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall he eat.
Okay, so now if you don't know what cloven-footed is, Google a cloven-footed animal, and what you're going to see is they got a split in their hoof. Now, all animals that have a split in their hoof, there's still some that you can't eat, though. That's why the Lord gave us this particular dietary law, because he's explaining it. You see what I'm saying? So say, for instance, a cow, it has cloven feet. That's a lawful animal to eat. But a horse, even though it's got the hoofs, it don't have cloven hoofs, though. So a horse you're not supposed to eat. But there are nations of people that actually eat horse. And these damn Edomites, they'll slip some into what you think is beef. They'll slip it right into what you think is ground chunk, man. Go ahead, Ak.
Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud.
See, a camel, it cheweth the cud, but it's not lawful to eat. Why? Go ahead, Ak.
But divideth not the hoof.
See, you can't eat it. It's not lawful because it divideth not the hoof. Go ahead, Ak.
He is unclean unto you.
He is unclean unto you. But you got people in certain countries, they actually eat camel. They eat shit like gorillas, man. They eat monkeys. And you know, they eat all certain different types of animals, man, that are unlawful to us. That's why the Lord gave us a law, statutes, and commandments. He separated us from the nations and told us don't do what they do. You see what I'm saying? And when we was doing what the Lord told us to do, we was on top, man. We was winning out here, man. We was balling all out of control, man. Go ahead, Op.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud.
See, the coney. I think that's like the small, like a rabbit, right? A coney. You see rabbits, we got them in here in our city. They bounce all through our yards. They eat grass and stuff. They eat, like lawful stuff for them to eat, but they don't have that split of the hoof, man. So they're unlawful. But when I grew up in the South, like even my dad, he eat rabbit, raccoon, shit like that, man. I grew up in the South, that was shit a common delicacy. Go ahead, Op.
But divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you.
So rabbit is unclean unto you, man. But you got these OGs. Oh, we grew up off. Yeah, you might have grew up off of it, but you might have was doing it because you didn't know that it was unlawful. But now that you know that it's unlawful and you continuing to do it, then your ass going off and the Lord is going to destroy you. And you can be destroyed for something as simple as eating something like that, man. The Lord said, hey, he winked at our, bullshit before, but man, hey, it's at a point now where he's pointing it out. Don't do it. It's wrong. And if you're not listening, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Go ahead, Op.
And the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
And that's kind of like a rabbit too. Remember the Jordan in the air? Remember the Jordans back in the days? They used to have that pair of Jordans. They call it Jordan in the air. They used to have a commercial with this slow ass turtle, and they had a rabbit. He was what they call a hare. That's why they had. It was like I think it was called Nike Air and Nike Air, with an H, like hair, H-A-R-E. Nike Air versus Nike Hair. See, but that's an unlawful animal for you to eat because their hoof doesn't split, man. But they do eat grass and stuff. Go ahead, Op. What else we got?
And the swine.
Oh, of course. Hey, this is one of the main ones right here. Cause Jake really not messing with no rabbit like that. Now you got them old schoolers, they'll fuck with that rabbit. But this is the main thing that gets Jake, man. The swine. What is swine? The pig, man. That oink oink. Go ahead, Op.
Though he divideth the hoof, and
now he divides the hoof, right? Go ahead, Op.
And be cloven footed.
He's cloven footed as well, but
yet he cheweth not the cud.
He cheweth not the cud, man. Which he doesn't, regurgitate his food, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? And you can look up cud, Matter of fact, I got this other phone on me. It's got some net on it. Salakia, bear with me real quick. Let's get this word cud real quick. Okay, it says, it's cud, partly digested food returned from the first stomach of the ruminants to the mouth for the further chewing. So basically, it's a process of digesting. You see what I'm saying? Because with swine, man, they don't be digesting shit. They just, as soon as they take it in, it says gulp down. It says it hits the bottomless pit, man. Shit be still alive. They ain't even chewing it up, And I was telling my dad, I'm like, well, hey, he was just trying to make it seem like he had every damn excuse in the world. I said, well, why you think the mafia throw a damn human over into a pig pen? Because they'll eat that nigga and get rid of all the evidence. That's what a lot of the mafia used to do. They'll throw your ass over, take your ass to where a bunch of hogs is at, throw your ass over in there, and they'll eat your jeans, your hat. Man, all the evidence they gonna get. You ain't leaving nothing. They might come out there and possibly find a knuckle bone in your toe or some crap afterwards, but there ain't gonna be no evidence. Go ahead, Ak, where we at?
Verse 7. And the swine.
You can start back on that if you want.
He is unclean to you. Verse 8. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
See, of their flesh ye shall not eat.
And their carcass shall ye not touch.
You ain't even supposed to touch the shit, but Jake got a baconator. He's ingesting it. Not only is he touching it, you see what I'm saying? And Jake jump up in the morning, man, and peel off a whole pack of bacon. They won't have 2-3 strips. They peeling off the whole pack. It's just not enough for him, man. That's why when you notice, when you look at, see, the so-called white man, he's cunning. You're dealing with a cunning hunter. And to keep us destroyed, they must keep us in sin. And one of those main things of sin, they even put swine and shit that shouldn't have swine. You thinking that you eat something all natural. Say, for instance, I was telling the Ak about that story, I think before, when I first came in the truth, I had went and got some beef links, but the shit was in a pork casing.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was eating them bitches for a minute, bro, so lock you for the language. But I was eating them, you know. I just had came in the truth. I'm trying to keep the Shabbat, you know, keeping the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? I done got rid of the swine, so-called, right? Now, on the pack, it's saying all beef. You wouldn't even know no difference.
Gotta go to the ingredients.
That's why you gotta flip over whatever it is that you're eating and go to them ingredients, man. It don't take that long. You know what I'm saying? Now, they giving you a goddamn paragraph, though. It's a thesis.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit. But when it straight comes down to it, I didn't know. And then I get to the end. I just so happened one day, and it was by the Spirit. I picked one up because I was going to get them. Flipped over the pack, looking at them. Get to the end of the list, the shit say pork casings, man. So, they're stuffing supposedly 100% beef into pork casings, man. Like, what the fuck for? And then put on the pack all beef. But give you in small letters like it's a damn commercial for one of them damn pills you can get addicted to, and they get to talking all fast, and you know, that's how they be in the commercials, where they telling you the bullshit, but they giving you the bullshit in 100 speeds. Like straight up, man, I was so pissed. And then one time, that's why I was telling you too, Ak, about what they got like Jiffy Mix or whatever, right? The cornbread. So I'm making damn Jiffy Mix. Didn't even know that shit had pork in it. Cornbread. Because I always notice, you know what I'm saying, like they got one that say vegetarian on it, but you got the regular one. You just thinking like it's cornbread. Why would it have pork in it? I'll be damned. You flip over the front, you flip the back of the box on the ingredients on that. It's pork in the cornbread. Now you thinking that, hey, what's going on now? You know, I tell you on there what to do. You put 1 egg in that bitch. You know, 1/3 a cup of milk. You know what I'm saying? Grease your little pan. Put it in the oven, you know, preheat your oven, put it in there. You got some muffins or cornbread. Motherfuckers is not telling you that there's some goddamn pork lard in it. It's actually lard from the fucking pig, man. Lard. Because I remember when I grew up in the South, they used to keep this, they fry up the bacon or whatever they fried or whatever they done with that hog, and they pour that grease over into a big ass can. I remember like the Maxwell House coffee cans. They always kept a big ass pot of that big ass can on the top of the stove. As soon as it cooled off, it turned into lard. You know, like that white. It got thick. It thickened up. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you put it into the pan, it'll melt back down. And that's man. Look, man, Jake, gone. Go ahead though, man. My bad.
They are unclean to you.
They are unclean to you, man.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
Oh, here we go now. Here we go in the waters, man. These are the things that we can eat in the waters. Things that come out of the seas, man, or what they call oceans. Things that come out of the rivers, man. Creeks, ponds, or whatever you want to call them, man. Go ahead, Al.
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
See? What does it say? Fins and scales. If it don't have fins or scales, then you're not supposed to eat it. Shrimp don't have no fins. They got some of a little scaly system, but they don't have no fins. Catfish got fins, but they don't have no scales. My dad was arguing me up and down about that. Some damn catfish. And I didn't like catfish before I even came into this truth. It was just nasty. That is the worst fish I had ever tasted. I tried it. But that's the worst fish I've ever tried in my life. And you can just tell it's just like it looked nasty on the inside. It's all brown and shit. You know what? Like I always wonder, like, what the hell is this? And then come to find out they bottom feeders and they eating damn trash, piss, defecation, dead ass animals. That's just disgusting, man. Go ahead, Op.
All of that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
See, what is shrimp? Abomination, man. Crab, abomination. Lobster, an abomination. You see what I'm saying? All the things that they make it seem like, and here where we stay, Valentine's Day is a real big day to take your woman to Red Lobster to eat all that abominable shit, and she'll be sitting there with them long ass crab claws on her fingers, called fingernails, eating some crab claws that look the same. You see what I'm saying? But they'll tell you that's a delicacy. See what I'm saying? Anything that Jake get into, they'll make it popular and shoot the price up. My goodness, we need out of here, man. We need out of here, man. Gotta get up out of here. Here go Eve. She riding on her big ass hog. Speaking of hog, she riding on her hog motorcycle, playing some bullshit on loud, man. All the way up, man. All the way up, man. Go ahead, Doc, man. God, leave.
That should be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in
abomination. That shit is supposed to be abominable to you, man. Here you go. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to go into it, but now, there are lawful bugs that we can eat, right? In the Levitical law, right? I think, you know, it's a few of them named off, but there are actually, because like, you know, John the Baptist, he ate locusts. You know, there are actual certain beetles, certain bugs that you can eat that's lawful, that the Lord says is lawful, but Jake not going to eat no damn bug. But what the Lord say is an abomination to you, they'll cook that shit up and swallow it down like it's nothing, man. You're not about to tell me a shrimp don't look just as disgusting as a goddamn beetle. Straight up, man. Goddamn crabs look scary, man. You know, a lobster, man. What the fuck would I eat something that look like that, man? It just looks scary. It don't look edible, man. Food is supposed to go with your senses, man. The Lord gave you eyes to look at it. It's supposed to look good. It's supposed to smell good. Then, of course, if it's looking good and smell good, then it's supposed to taste good. As you crunching, it goes with your ear. It sounds good, goddamn. You know, you swallow it down. Hey, I mean, come on, man. But a plate of chitlins look like they don't look good. They for damn sure don't smell good. So of course I'm not going to even get up and even see it if they taste good. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, where we at?
Verse 12. Whosoever have no fins nor scales in the water,
there you go.
That shall be an abomination unto you.
So no damn frog legs. Frogs don't have fins or scales. You got Jake, man. What's that shit they call it? Jambalaya? Niggas got octopus in that itch, man. All kinds of nastiness. Just, And Jake go out and spend all kinds of money on that shit to make it. That shit is expensive to make. If you make it like some Louisiana down south type of big ass pot of jumbo or whatever they call it, that shit is expensive to make, man.
Yeah, hey. When I went with you years back, I went to Fishbone. They had some octopus.
Oh yeah.
My God, that's a nasty thing.
Delicacy, man. Motherfuckers be eating dolphin. Motherfuckers be eating sea lion. They be eating whales. And I know what you're talking about as far as you know, like Fishbone. That's one of them places where you can go in there And you can point out the live lobster that you want, and they'll grab his ass out of that big ass aquarium, take him to the back, whatever they do to him. I'm assuming they just boil his ass alive. I don't know how they even prepare him. Come out with that big motherfucker on your plate, his claws hanging off, looking like they still a bite at you. Straight up, where we at though, So though, I think that's pretty much about the end with the waters, right? That's the so that concludes what you can eat out of the waters, man. The seas, the you know, I don't think the word ocean is actually in the scriptures, but rivers, seas, you know, you may be able to go out on a creek or something. But if you eating it, no damn crawfish, no jellyfish, no oysters, no scallops, none of that shit, man. Those are abominable foods to us. You're not even supposed to touch it. So now it's about to go into the fowls of the air. You know, certain birds that we can eat, right? Where you at, verse 13?
Verse 13. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls.
The fowls. These birds, these are the birds that we're not supposed to eat. They're supposed to be an abomination to us. Go ahead,
Fowls. They shall not be eaten.
We're not supposed to eat these things. Now, go ahead,
They are an abomination. The eagle.
We're not supposed to eat no goddamn eagle. I tell you what, though, in these Americas, you kill an eagle you want to, your ass will get just as much time as gunning down a white man. They take that eagle. Hey, that's their national bird.
Yeah, that's
you kill that damn eagle, man. Hey, that eagle is off. Hey, you better not mess with no eagle here in the Americas, man. They fuck around and find out that you done killed the eagle here. Your ass is going to jail, man. They look at that as burning a flag. Burning the American flag, straight up. Go ahead,
And the ossifers.
Is that the osprey? Is that the ostrich?
The ostrich,
yeah. Yep. Oh, the ostrich and the osprey.
Yeah, osprey.
See, because you got Jake, man. I don't know though. I ain't never heard of no Jake eating no damn flamingo or no pelican or nothing like that. You know, but it's people, man. They eat shit like crows and hawks. You know, those are birds that eat dead flesh. Those are like vacuum cleaners of the earth. It's certain birds you just not supposed to eat, man. Motherfuckers out here eating pigeons and shit. You're not supposed to be eating ducks and stuff like that, man. These damn geese. Go ahead,
And the vulture.
For damn sure we ain't supposed to be eating no damn vulture. Because a vulture will eat your ass. If they see you out walking and you looking weak, they gonna circle you until you fall. And they ain't coming down to pick off your ass until you bone. Go ahead,
And the kite.
The kite. Go ahead,
After his kind.
After his kind. So it's a whole bunch of birds within this family of birds that you're not supposed to eat. Go ahead,
Every raven after his kind.
You're not supposed to eat no ravens or anything that's within that family of ravens, man. Because they eat a bunch of abominable shit. You know, or they eat dead shit, man. They eat flesh. They'll come down. If a squirrel dies, if a skunk dies, they coming down, they gonna pick that meat off him, man. They coming to eat, man. Go ahead,
And the owl.
The owl. You are not supposed to eat no damn owl, man. Whoo. Nigga out here just whoo. You looking for the sound of the whoo and the shotgun go off or whatever. No, hey, man, there's people in these countries and nations, they eat this stuff. It's nothing to them. Hey, I tell you what, Moab, they'll get down. Hey, Moab out here eating bat, man. You're not supposed to eat that bird, man. Go ahead,
And the nighthawk.
The nighthawk. It's no different than a hawk, that you see in the daytime that'll come down. Because I see them all the time. They be circling my house over in my area, man, looking for squirrels and looking for raccoons and possums and, you know what I'm saying, or whatever they can get, man. If it's dead, they come to get it. But they have a hawk that only hunt at night. You can't eat those neither. Go ahead,
And the hawk after his kind.
You can't eat these hawks. There's all kinds of different types of hawks, man.
And the little owl.
No little owl. Go ahead,
And the cormorant.
The cormorant. You can't eat those. And if you don't know what these birds are, we're in the chapter of Leviticus, chapter 11. Oh, that's that Genesis.
No, that's good.
But these particular birds, look them up. You can go to Google and go to images. They'll actually give you the definition, the images, and they'll tell you exactly the lifestyle that these birds are about, what they eat. where they live at. You know what I'm saying? What kind of shelter do they take? You know what I'm saying? What kind of nest do they build? How they take care of their young? Do they lay eggs? You see what I'm saying? Where do they lay eggs? Go ahead, Op.
And the little owl, and the
And the great owl.
The great owl.
So no owls at all, man. Because you know owls, they basically hunt like rats and stuff like that at night. If you've ever seen like the nature channels and stuff like that, they got that good ass eyesight where they can see through darkness, man. And they'll swoop up and hit a rat real quick, bring him back up in the tree and get down. You see what I'm saying? They will. So certain ones, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Op.
And the swan.
What was that? The stork. You know, hey, what they used to give you that old ass story about the stork bringing the babies. You remember the cartoons and shit?
Oh, yeah.
They're talking about this is how babies are born. You remember that they try to give you that old talk about the birds and the bees, how because you know they used to have the babies asking, "Mom, where babies come from?" Instead of telling the babies that, you know what I'm saying, hey, me and your old dude piped me down and impregnated. But I remember that when I was growing up, they used to tell you that, yeah, the stork brings the babies and drop them off on the doorstep. But no, a stork is that bird with that big ass beak, that long ass beak. When I be seeing them out there at Hines Park, they got them out there, the cranes too. Go ahead, Op.
And the swan, and the pelican, and the deer.
Oh, where you at?
18.
Oh, I thought you were still at 19. Oh yeah, 19. Read 19 again, Op.
19 and the.
Oh no, you at 18. That's right. Go ahead, Op. My bad.
18 and the swan.
The swan. You ain't supposed to eat swans. That's a beautiful bird. You know, kind of remind you of a water dove. They pretty as shit, but you're not supposed to eat them animals, man. If you see a bird and they go underneath water and they come back up and they still look the same way, they don't look wet, that lets you know that they got that oil on them. It's a certain type of oil in their feathers. That's why a lot of people would get like that oink, you know, I don't know if you remember back in the days, I ain't done it in a while, but you remember you used to be able to get if you got an expensive pair of boots, so to speak, and to waterproof them, they would use like that duck oil, or I forgot what it was called, but it was like a oil where you could spray your shit with a water hose and that shit just roll right off, just like how the ducks do. Yeah. I can't think of it. It's in the little canisters, like they come like how the old school shoe polish used to come, but it's waterproof, and you put it on like brand new boots and stuff like that. So when it rains, snow, whatever, it's just gonna slide right off, and that's what it does with these particular ducks, swans. You're not because they got that particular oil on them. It's a real oily type of bird, man. Go ahead, Op.
And
the pelican, you're not supposed to eat no damn pelicans, man. Go ahead, Op.
And the gear eagle.
The gear eagle. I don't even know if I've ever seen one of those. But of course the scripture says don't eat eagle. But like I said, Google some of these animals, man. Now it's not like this shit is just Jake going. We're not around a lot of this stuff to just eat. But there are nations of people that eat this stuff. They got like certain shops, like well, I don't know. They probably not doing them now though. But like when you know, when I was living in New York, it's certain places that you can go where, man, you can get a pound of gorilla. You can get, you know, it's like a lot of African stores, Chinese stores. You know what I'm saying? And you can go into these stores and you can get stuff that you would never hear of. Like straight up, you can go into some of these stores and you can actually buy this stuff because these nations are into eating that particular stuff. And it's a delicacy to them over there. Just like Jacob eat chicken, shit, it ain't nothing for them to bust down an eagle, man. A deep fried damn eagle for you. Go ahead, Doc.
And the stork.
The stork, I think we was at the stork, okay.
The heron after her kind. And the lapwing.
Oh yeah, the lapwing.
And the bat.
The bat, see? Who's known for eating bat? Moab, man. That's where what they talk Wuhan. That's where they claiming that the COV-19 came from. Some damn bat. And they got bats, man, the size of humans damn near. You see that? I think they call it the dog bat. Got a big ass face like a dog. Kind of look like a maybe like a small dog, but they wingspan is retarded, bro. It's all kinds of bats though, man. So now it's naming of all these all these abominable birds, man, that we're not supposed to be eating, man. What else we got? Okay, so that's pretty much, but the reason why I say those birds and their family, because it's a lot more of those birds. This is just kind of simplifying it and breaking it down and giving you the families of these birds, or that one bird and their family, so to speak. So anything that goes along with those birds, you know not to eat as well, man.
Yeah.
So now it's gonna go into what the creeping things. Creeping things, verse 21.
Verse 21. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all fours,
See, they got to go on all fours.
which have legs above their feet,
So they have to have legs above their feet, right? Go ahead, Op.
to leap with upon the earth.
So they supposed to be able to leap. They're supposed to have all fours and be able to leap, right? Go ahead, Op.
Even these of them ye may eat. The locust after his kind.
So the locust, you can actually eat locusts. There's people over in the continent of Africa, they eat locusts. Now, if you go into John the Baptist, what did he? He ate honey and he ate locusts, right? John the Baptist was known for eating locusts. Go ahead, Op.
The locust after his kind. And the bald locust.
The bald locust after his kind. So it's a few different kinds of locusts, but you can eat them. But like I said again, see, Jacob look at something like that and be like, ugh, you eating a bug? But that nigga tear a pork chop up. He'll tear a plate of chitlins up. You see what I'm saying? Because them locusts, it ain't nothing but pure like protein. They ain't eating nothing but vegetation, man. You know, and it's some nice sized locusts. You know, they kind of sear them. I'm sure certain places like they be having like them street food hookups in certain countries. Shit, man, they do a whole damn shish kebab in them bitches, man. Straight up, straight on the stick, roasted, seasoned already. So you know, of course, the wing and stuff is gone. They don't look like how they look when they're alive, so they look a little bit more edible, so to speak. But you know, hey, it is what it is. That's something that you can eat. Go ahead, Op.
These them you may eat. The locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle
The beetle. See? Go ahead, Op.
after his kind,
And
and the grasshopper after his kind.
you can eat grasshoppers, Op, and beetles. Now, like I said again, Jake gonna be like, ugh, try and get, hey, a chick will go to Red Lobster and eat every goddamn thing on the menu, but try and give her a grasshopper. You know the beet, the little beet, yeah, them big, hey, they small, they little, they big. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to think like those little love bugs. They call them love bugs, the little orange with the orange wing. It's all kinds of beetles though. But you will never hear Jake talking about eating no damn beetles, but they'll eat every other abominable food that the Lord said is abominable, man. But they'll be looking at you like, what the fuck you eating? You eating? This nigga, oh, this nigga. Hey, they'll have your ass on a TikTok video making fun of your ass like this nigga's over here eating bugs, man. But those are good meats, man. Those are good protein sources. I bet you, hey, if things were to hit the fans out here, and you know we pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that our flight is not in winter nor on the Sabbath. But if our flight, we got to run from these damn Edomites in the summertime, and there's nothing to eat. Man, the Lord might send you a flock of grasshoppers. I see grasshoppers all the time. Hey, that's one of the what you would call an insect that you still kind of see. You don't see a lot of bumblebees like that. You don't see a lot of monarch butterflies and stuff like that. But some I have been noticing that I've been seeing as of late. I've been seeing crickets and grasshoppers. You hear them at night. You know, because you can barely go to sleep in certain areas, man, if you got them things living around your area. Go ahead, Ock.
But all other flying creepy things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination.
See? So now that goes off into, you're not going to eat a goddamn caterpillar. You're not supposed to be eating damn mosquitoes. You know, it's all kinds of different, animal, insects or whatever that fly. You're not supposed to be eating damn flies. You got, I don't think they would consider a spider or nothing. But, there's people that roast spiders and shit. But we're getting to the basics of the dietary law, man. And mainly just to show that, hey, shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, things of that nature, man, those are like our people's real problems, man. And that actually have us with the worst of health conditions. That's why I think we was talking about that last week with the Dr. Fauci, and he's so concerned about the Negroes. Oh, you Negroes, you got to go out and roll your sleeves up by fall, because you're disproportionately, and the reason why he said that you're disproportionately more likely to get the disease is because you have the diseases that come from these abominable foods that you eat. Hypertension, diabetes, man, high blood pressure, all that shit, and you ain't getting no exercise. Jake ain't getting no exercise, man. Only Jake that's out here that's really exercising like that is a nigga trying to make the NBA. Or a nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to, make the basketball team in high school or junior high or something like that. Or, really it's only people that's really that's into a sport that they trying to make it in, really. Now you got a couple of these, you'll see the gym where there's certain people, they just vain as hell. They just gotta have a look. You know what I'm saying? But they're not really doing it on the benefit of it, I'm gonna live long or live healthy. They just want to look like, they want the looks that comes with it. They want the attention that comes with it, man. What else we got on that, Op?
And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcasses of them shall be and unclean until the evening.
See? So if you even touch the carcass or something like that, you unclean to evening, man. You're abominable too, and you gotta wash your clothes before you can come back into the camp, so to speak, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ak. What else we got? Oh yeah, it's going into that. Lock it. Go ahead, Ak.
And whosoever be out of the carcasses of them shall wash his clothes.
See, you're supposed to wash your clothes, man, after dealing with stuff like that.
And be unclean until the evening.
See, and you're going to be unclean till evening. You see what I'm saying? Now, see, the day's time, in this day and time, Jake got a closet full of damn clothes. They can, but back then, you only had a couple of garments, man. Huh? Teaching the Bible. Teaching the Bible. Yep. What's your nationality?
Black, white, Spanish, Arabic.
Black, white, Spanish, Arabic. What's your dad?
My dad's black.
He's black. Would he be considered a Negro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then you would be from the tribe of Judah then.
Tribe of Judah?
Yeah, that's the same tribe that the world, they call him Jesus, but that's not his name. But you would be from the same tribe as him. That's the blacks come from that particular tribe. So the Negroes will be from the same tribe as Jesus or whatever. So, and these are all the tribes right here. Yep. So you got two kingdoms. You got the southern kingdom, which would be us. We always kind of hung together because our kingdom was split. Because we're not actually blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We're actually Hebrew Israelites. That's our real nationality. We're like the biblical people from the Bible. But when we went into slavery, they kind of beat that out of us. So now we call ourselves all these different names that our colonizers gave us. So what the Lord is doing in these last days is he's waking up the children of Israel because he's coming for only the children of Israel. So, like regular Christianity, they teach you that he loves everybody and all this other. That's not in the Bible. The Lord is not coming for every other nation. He's only coming for the children of Israel. Because we're in captivity to these people.
Not everybody on this planet.
Yeah, because they don't teach the split of the kingdom. Because the northern kingdom went into slavery before the southern kingdom. And so the southern kingdom is called is called Judah. The northern kingdom is called Israel. But the Lord is going to put us back together, and we're just going to be called Israel. So when our kingdom, we're going to be ruling just like they're ruling right now. Same way we got to stop at their stop signs and do all their rules, and they're going to have to live by our customs and our rules and regulations. So that's pretty much about what's going on, because we definitely in the last of days. It's not going to be that long before the Lord makes his appearance. Yep. So that's why. Oh well, I mean, hey, you stick around if you want to, whatever. Okay, well, all right, do your thing. But hey, just remember that you're a Hebrew Israelite. We out here normally from like the hours of 5 to 6 o'clock teaching and stuff like that. If you ever want to come out, you're tribe of Judah. Yep, you're in Judah. You from the top. You from the top tribe. That's the top tribe of all the children of all the tribes. Now we all got our different things, but you're from the top tribe. You're a royalty as far as this book goes. You will be a princess of the power. Go ahead, where we at?
Verse 29. And conquers of every beast which divided the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean.
And that was you said that was 29? 26, okay. The carcasses of every beast which divided the hoof, and is not cloven-footed nor cheweth the cud. So basically, it's going back, it's reiterating what we went into as far as like the clean beast that we can eat and can't eat. But if you touch it, it's unclean, man. You're unclean basically to the evening with certain ones or whatever. You gotta wash your clothes, and hey, that's just the law, man. Oh yeah, this is a good one too. Go ahead with verse 27.
27. Verse 27. And whosoever goeth up upon his paws.
Paws, right? What goes upon their paws? Cats, dogs, lions, cheetahs, jaguar. Anything that has paws, you're not supposed to eat. Now, what does the Moab do? The so-called Chinese man. We just went off into him eating bats. But what did this guy have a damn dog festival? Man, he has a dog festival, man.
Africans do too, though.
Oh yeah. It's a bunch of nations that eat dogs, man. Go ahead,
And whosoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all fours, those are unclean unto you.
See?
Whosoever toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the evening.
See? So you're not supposed to eat no damn cats and dogs, man. But they are delicacies to certain nations of people. Hey, that's the reason why a lot of us we stop eating like Chinese food and stuff like that, man. Because they used to have this saying that's the reason why you don't see any cats in that neighborhood in particular, right? Certain cats or because it's straight damn cats everywhere. but around so-called Chinese restaurants, you've never seen them. You've never seen pigeons. And it was just kind of like this saying that you don't know what the hell you're eating when you go into a lot of these so-called Chinese food restaurants, man. So, just using wisdom, man. Moab eat too much shit, man, for us, man. You know what I'm saying? They into too much stuff for us to just be trusting what they're throwing in that big-ass wok, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. Where we at? 28?
And he that breatheth the carcasses of them shall wash his clothes.
So if you bear the carcass of that animal, you gotta wash your clothes, man. That's like you picking up a dead damn animal with your clothes on, and then you go lay down in the bed. You just go catch a nap. What kind of shit is that? Go ahead,
And be unclean until the evening.
You gotta wash your clothes and be unclean to the evening, man. But like I said back then, you may have only had like one set of gear, man, or maybe 2 sets. See, we're living in the last days. With Jake, man, Jake got a closet full of shit they don't even use. 20 pairs of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Jake got 30 hats. You see? 30 pairs. Hey, Jake still got New Religion jeans, bro. Hey, it's Jake running around out here, man, still got cross colors or some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake pushed those trends, spent all that money for a $200 pair of jeans, then the symbol on the back of the jeans just goes out of style, and all of a sudden you get picked at. Like, nigga, you still wearing True Religion, or you still wearing this, or you still wearing that? But you got a closet full of that shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's a stumbling block and curse to our people as well. But go ahead, what else we got? Hey, this is a nice list of stuff, though, man. I mean, we're going to be wrapping it up soon. We just wanted to go off into a few of the things, or as far as the dietary law. That was just by the spirit, because like I said, I was kicking it with my dad, man. He had me so, I done got to a point now where I just kind of leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get as agitated by him as I used to. But, man, he just don't get it, man. He don't get it, man. He going to fight you tooth and nail, man. And every time he come over to the house, it's kind of like, you know, he'd be like, well, all right, I don't mind him visiting. I love seeing him, you know, of course. But every time he getting ready to pull off, you know, he'd be talking about, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm about to go and make me something to eat. There's always some abominable. Always. Yeah, I got me some ham with some cauliflower, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always something abominable, man. I be trying to put him on game. Well, why don't you? Like I was telling him about some turkey chops today, right? Like, turkey chops? What the hell is that? I mean, a lot of people don't know what turkey chops are, though. But, you know, we call them turkey chops. But basically what the butcher would do is, the butcher would cut up them big-ass legs. You know, he'll slice those big-ass legs into, like, little quarter-inch slices and turn them into, you know, they look like they pork chops, but they're actually from the turkey drumstick, so to speak. And they, you know, some of them drumsticks, you know, all they do is, you know, run that saw down. And I made some yesterday, but I was telling them about, because you know, a lot of people, they batter them and they fry them. But I threw mine in my crock pot with some rice and onions and shit. So, you know, but anyway, we going into, you know, just dietary law, man, because our people are really doing bad, man, when it comes to health-wise, man. When it comes, and mainly that bad health, it comes from the diets, man, that we have, man. Every damn commercial, you see the so-called white man got a nigga picking up a damn meat lover's piece, a slice of piece. He pulling it with the cheese all, you know. Every damn thing you see on TV, the damn, every burger you see got pounds of bacon on the shit. But it's always a Negro that's putting it to his mouth in the commercial.
That's right.
What else we got? We can read off a few more. We'll wrap it all up.
Verse 29. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creepy things that creep upon earth.
Oh,
The wasp.
what was that again?
The wasp. The wasp.
Oh, the weasel.
Oh, the weasel.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah, the weasel. Are you all right?
The weasel. The weasel. And the mouse.
And the mouse. Who? See, we done named all three. The third thing that we know for a fact, the Moabites eat. The so-called Chinese people, man, they eat mice and rats, man.
They food, man. I don't care. You can say what
And now, hey, you know what? I used to work at the mall, bro. It was a lady. She had ended up getting a combo, and it was a fucking fried rat, and the damn the tail was on it and everything. And her I think it was General Tso chicken, whatever type of chicken it was, but it was a rat in that motherfucker, man. She's showing everybody. They taking pictures and shit. You see what I'm saying? But see, you got to be careful with Moab, because Moab, he'll cut that meat up and make it look like it's regular shit that you would normally eat. Go ahead, out.
The turtle.
The tortoise, yeah, man. Jake eat turtle. That be in that jumbo shit too. They'll cut. I used to when I lived down south, bro. They used to eat turtle, bro. I watch them. They'll jump on the back of his shell, cause you know the turtles, they'll scrunch their neck back up in the shell. So the only way that you can kill them is, you know, you have to try and get them to push their head out. So they'll have a big nigga get on his shell and squeeze him and make him push his head out, and then they'll catch him with the hatchet. Soon as he stick out there, we got get ready. Soon as he poke his head out there, hit him at the neck. You know what I'm saying? And let him go ahead, and then they'll pluck the shell off. They'll pluck that undergarment, because he got like an underarm shell, and they'll have them little fat ass legs, because you know them turtles got some fat ass legs, but they'll be looking just like chicken legs in the neck. They'll that nigga man clean him up, and they used to throw that Throw that shit into the big black pot. Always have a big black pot outside. They be stuffing wood under it. They used to get that big ass 50-pound bag of rice, and they used to cook everything with rice. They used to have snake in there. Motherfucker be done ran over a armadillo or something, man. He'll jump out of his truck, throw him on the back. He'll come through and he'll put that shit in there. And it's just like they'll just let that shit just simmer for days, and it just be old drunk ass mechanics be coming on me. You know, with that scooper, that old ass wood spoon. Bro, I grew up in the South. I watched a lot of that stuff, man. You out here eating tortoise, man. Go ahead, where we at?
Verse 30. And the ferret.
The ferret, man. You're supposed to eat no damn ferret. You know, people be having them as pets.
I did.
You had a pet ferret? Damn. Damn. Can you imagine yourself cooking him up, though?
I'm gonna go bite your ass. Well, one big, one was two. That was when he bite me, he'd get on me and everything. As soon as I'm like, not paying, he think I ain't paying until he bite.
Man.
He don't bite.
Hey, you the first person that I've seen people with them, but you the first person I've never come across that actually, that had one. I've never been around nobody that had a ferret. Go ahead, Op.
And the ferret. And the cameline.
The chameleon. And you see a lot of, I ain't seen a chameleon in a while, but them little so-called little dinosaurs, or they like a little iguana, so to speak, and they change colors and they blend in with the terrain. Go ahead, Op.
And the lizard.
You ain't supposed to be eating no goddamn lizards, man. Now, there's plenty of nations of people that eat that stuff. They roast them, man. They eat that stuff like it's nothing, man. Go ahead, Op.
And the snail.
You ain't supposed to eat no snails, man, but people eat snails. People in America eat snails. Go ahead, Op. What else we got? The mole. Oh, yeah, the mole. Yeah, I can't really explain him. But like I said, though, you watching this lesson, go through this list, and if you're not familiar with what these particular animals and insects or whatever are, then Google them, man. Google them. All you got to do is put it in the Google, and you'll get an image. You can get history on it. They'll show you all different kinds of them. Because like I said, it's not just one type of ferret. It's not just one type of hawk. It's not one just type of, even with pigs, it's not just one type of mountain cat, lion, jaguar, or cheetah. You know what I'm saying? It's families of them, man. So you got to Google this stuff and look it up. We can't do it all for you, man. We out here to teach, but you got to do your due diligence too, man. That's what the apostles always told us. You got to study too, man. We ain't spoon feeding you nothing. Go ahead, Op. What else we got? Because we about to wrap it up anyway. We just, just by the Spirit, I was kicking it with my dad. I'm like, you know what? Let's go back to the basics, man. Because when I first came into this truth, generally, the brothers would go over, like certain laws, like having a beard, not balding your head, just certain things that Jake just do on a regular that they just think is normal. That goes against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. What else we got there, though? Where's we at?
32.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty, Oh, yeah, that goes off into, cleaning your vessels and things of that nature, like certain things falling into your vessels, your drinking cups, your bowls, things of that nature. So we're going to end out basically right there then. Because that's going to go off into a whole different type of lesson. But Leviticus is a good book to read through because you get a lot of